What's poppin', YouTube? Brandon Maverick here, and today I'm bringing you the Week 3 battle versus the Bangkok Charizards and Tyrick. Um, I'm going to get just right into it. Um, we're both 2-0, and this will definitely have some playoff implications. Who wins here? Let's get right into it. Who will take the loss? Let's see. I'm leading Rillaboom here because if he leads Ferrothorn, which I actually predicted him to lead with, either that or a possible Scarfed Infernape with U-Turn, I just said, if he leads with one of those, I'll just switch out. It's no big deal. Arcanine can handle all three of these top mons right here. The top three mons, Ferrothorn, Durant, Infernape, Arcanine can handle. So he actually sets up a Hone Claws, getting rid of the Intimidate debuff, and Rock Slide just OHKOs me. And at this point, obviously, the Life Orb, and I can tell he's also Hustle as well. I can tell that, okay, he's definitely Hustle at this point. So I'm going to go immediately into Gengar, scare him out with the possible Hidden Power Fire. And at this point, I do go for the Hidden Power Fire because there's that thing just killed a big defensive threat um, on my team, and I'm not going to play any games with it now. So I just go for the Hidden Power Fire. I don't want to mess around with it. I review that I'm also Life Orbed. I Energy Ball. Rotom goes down. That's a big defensive threat on his side. That's now down. So we're looking pretty solid here. I just clicked the Shadow Ball because I'm not too worried about the Durant and the Ferrothorn because I still have Terrakion and Durant's really weak and I can still take on the Ferrothorn with Terrakion. And if I close combat it and let's say he Gyro Balls me, and I die, then okay, that's rough. But I can still take it out with some other things. So I end up actually sacking Gengar, which, to be fair, even though I'm not too worried about the Ferrothorn and Durant, I do think after hindsight, I don't think I really should have done that because I could have just switched in to Empoleon there, and if he went for a fighting move, good for him. But or I could have just switched into Granbull to get the Intimidate. But anyway, Infernape's down. Granbull, I switch into Granbull here, and he goes into Ferrothorn. And at this point, I understand he's probably going to set up rocks or spikes or something like that. So I just go right into Rillaboom. I have the Drain Punch. He actually Thunder Waves, which is pretty rough, actually. So I click knock off the Iron Barbs. He actually had, I have the protective pads, of course, to not take the damage. And I wanted to knock off that Rocky Helmet for something like a Terrakion if I needed Terrakion to deal with the Ferrothorn. So from now on, I'm attempting to Drain Punch. Gyro Ball is not doing too much because I'm paralyzed. I'm trying to Drain Punch. Finally get a Drain Punch off. Doesn't do a lot of damage. And I figured it, because Ferrothorn is insanely bulky. So I'm going to continue to Drain Punch. And luckily, he's just staying in. And one more Drain Punch will finish off the Ferrothorn. He just wanted to get his hazards up, which is okay by me. X's or misses, I click knockoff just to get rid of that life orb. It's too much of a threat. He actually decides to Hone Claws. I don't really need Rillaboom. It's paralyzed. It's not going to do too much for me. So I decide to get the Drain Punch off. He X-Scissors, takes out. Now right here. I'm trying to pause it. Right here, I click Stone Edge. Big misplay on my part. If the Stone Edge would have hit, it still would have been a bit of a misplay, but it would have worked out better. I got a little over aggressive here. I should have just simply clicked close combat. If I would have clicked close combat here, Durant would have went down, and no matter who he went into, I could have just switched right into Empoleon, and just simply wear them down a little bit so Terrakion can finish up later. However, what I do instead is I click Stone Edge. If Stone Edge would have hit, it would have been the same situation as if I clicked Close Combat. I click Stone Edge, it misses, Iron Head hits, and Terrakion goes down. And that, as soon as that happened, I realized I should have just clicked Close Combat. And I knew at this point I lost the game. There wasn't too much of a chance for me after this. It would have been really rough. So right here, I go into Empoleon. Actually, even instead of Terrakion, I could have just went right into Empoleon, but um, he didn't use Iron Head yet. And while I assumed he had it, there was still a possibility that maybe he had superpower. But I was assuming he had Iron Head, but I really wasn't sure. He clicks Iron Head. He does not get the flinch. Durant goes down to Scald. And now I'm in this situation here where my Empoleon is weakened. And I can't, if my Empoleon was full health, or at least just taking the damage from the entry hazards, I would have been able to do a little something. I can't really do much to the Latios. He actually sets up a Calm Mind, and at that point, the game is definitely over. He Psychics my Granbull. Granbull goes down. Empoleon comes back and takes so much damage, and Psychic takes me out. So with that, Tyreek wins. We fall to 2-1. Tyreek is up to 3-0. Big misplay with the Terrakion. Honestly, I think that was the thing. I don't think in the end Gengar going down mattered. In the actual end of the battle, hindsight from the play letting Gengar go down, I probably shouldn't have. However, in the long term, Gengar going down didn't mean too much, but the misplay with Terrakion cost me the game. Um, it is what it is. We all make misplays, so it's just a matter of bouncing back next week against Matt and picking up the dub and moving to 3-1. That's pretty much what we got to do. Um, Tyreek has definitely been kind of a thorn in my side recently when it comes to league format. Like we go back and forth, but it seems like he's now so starting to get the better of me a little more. So I need to pay attention more when me and him are playing. I think the team building was fine. It's just the actual battle itself. I tend to make a little more misplays when I'm playing against Tyreek. So if we play him in playoffs, which I think might end up happening, I hope not, but we'll see. So we will just see what happens. But if we meet in playoffs, I'm definitely gonna pay more attention and think through my thoughts before I actually make the play. So with that, guys, that is going to be it for this video. Next week, week 4, we play Matt and the Wichita Wingulls, who's actually 0-3 right now. So not a great season for Matt. It's Matt's fault, but it's not necessarily fully on him. It's not his play. Let's say it's not his play. The reason he's 0-3, it's just the team he drafted. But he's a great battler. He just didn't draft very well. And you'll see that in the team builder. But with that, guys, I'm gonna head out. Take it easy. Take care. Goodbye.